What's up, family? This is your boy Gerald. It is the 3rd of October 2017. How is everybody doing? I hope you're well. I hope that your week was promising. You woke up today. And, you know, I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but I will put this out there for somebody because I got a feeling that somebody is really trying to make a go of a new direction in your life. See, thank you, Father. This message for you. Yes, I know there is endless, well, I should do this, or if it was me, well, or coulda, woulda, shoulda. But at the end of the day, you got to make a decision on your direction. Nobody can do it for you. So you're going to have to decide what matters most to you. What is your priority? And when you decide that, when you decide to soul search inside, it's just me and you. When you decide to reconnect to that little boy or that little girl that still exists, you know what will happen? Everything that was suppressed, everything that was a distraction, you'll tap into your clarity. Those who have a faith that believe that God makes a way when there is no way, we already know that when we stop thinking in the terms of man and place him first, you know what happens? We tap into a focus unlike any other. And that's the real you. Don't worry. I know some of y'all may be going through relationship issues right now because Johnny ain't called you and he's MIA right now. And every time that you try to have a heart to heart, that's the last thing that is brought up. There's all this deflection going down. There's all these accusations and no accountability. See, that's easy. That's so easy to do because ownership requires vulnerability. And that's the real you. So the real question should be asked, why are you allowing your environment to dictate your direction? When in actuality, when you weigh the pros and cons, you'll start to see the cracks. You deserve nothing more than to have the best life intended. Because when you took your first breath, that was the promise that was given. But I understand. There is no manual. There is no blueprint where you can go to the store and buy and use that to navigate your life. These are also known as growing pains. So when you decide to stop looking to and fro, ripping and running, and come back home to what matters most, that beautiful person that looks in the mirror right back, the keepers of your truth, you'll not only see your self-value and worth, but you'll also come to understand why everything has been revealed as it has. Now, I understand there are going to be some people that life looks a little bleak right now. You don't understand why there's so many setbacks and hardships being thrust in front of you. Like, man, I can't catch a break. You know, that's nothing but a tactic that the devil uses, right? To get you to impulsively make a decision that will have an impact on your life. So I feel this in my spirit right now. I got a feeling somebody, all you ever wanted was to feel emotionally safe, to know what love is. You get that validation every day you wake up. So let's change the trajectory and start loving on you. You don't need permission from those who call themselves your friend. And I think that may be an issue for some because your loyalty is being tested. Your bonds are being chastised. Let me tell you something. If you know that you deserve better, then you have to give yourself permission to let go. Who am I talking to? We're talking about your pride. We're talking about that ego. Because you won't find love there. You won't find safety there. You won't find peace there. Yes, you'll find fragments of distraction, an abundance of an illusion. But when the smoke clears, and it will, the longer you remain. Now, I'm saying this for someone because you may have felt that you got the short end of the stick. You may have actually convinced yourself that life as you know it is what it is. I'm here to tell you that is not and is the furthest of the truth. Don't worry about them. And I say this with all compassion. They ain't worrying about you. They have shown you this through their actions, not from what comes from their mouths. Don't worry. You keep moving. You keep applying. You keep working on those rough edges. And you know what'll happen? All the distractions, all the potholes, all the pitfalls will be moved out of your way. Now, here's the humbling thing about it all. As you progress to where you're intended to be, the rightful place, you'll start to take into consideration of choices made, associations embraced. And what you'll see in that commonality is this: we are what we attract. I know. There are people say opposites attract. Well, if opposites attract so much, and we're talking about polarity, when you're at your lowest point, shouldn't they be there picking you up, showing you support? But that's not the case now, is it? You can't find them, even if you had to set your watch. I'm trying to tell you this. The moment that you decide to stop playing, stop running, you'll finally be able to put that foot down and that other foot forward. And as long as you stay committed to that, you will be a million miles away from that despair. I know some of y'all are dealing with heartbreak right now. And you trying so hard to save face. You trying. You're only fooling yourself. And I say this because no broken heart can heal until you decide to identify what and how it was broken. Sure, you can take a mirror and smash it, and it'll have numerous pieces, but the image that is portrayed back will always be distorted. So, in other words, if you're going to continue the same behavior, what makes what makes you think that you're going to have a different outcome? You can't outwit yourself. You can fool them, but you can't fool you. And what ends up happening? You waste your time, your your monetary or physical resources, money. You shouldn't be having to entertain the phrase of coulda, woulda, shoulda. Because see, God's got something better. But it's not his responsibility to seek you. He created you. He made you perfect. So why are you comparing yourself or your self-worth to him, to her? Well, she looked like this. I need to be like, no, you need to be like you. And when you decide to embrace who you are, you'll see the rose that was always there. Sure, there may be a petal that is broken, but the roots run deep. I keep trying to tell y'all. Some of y'all are destined to be the matriarch and the patriarch of your family. Some of y'all are destined to be the truth sayers of your family. Some of y'all are going to be those that will chronicleize and archive every moment of your lineage. It comes with your birthright, family. And if you don't decide to see the value of it, you can't expect your environment to reciprocate it. So the choice is yours because there is no gold star when it comes to pride. There's no pat on the back for being the scapegoat. And there is definitely no accolades to being the martyr. But what is priceless? It was there the whole time. That's you. So do you know who you are? Because the moment that you decide to invest in that, you'll not only be able to answer that, but you'll also know your purpose. I hope you have a blessed week. Look forward to hearing from you. And of course, place God first in everything you do. Oh, yeah, before I go, as I always acknowledge and use the metaphor of the grasshopper and the ant, and now October is the representation, as it's always been, the harvest season. So it would be safe to say now all that was invested in your actions are coming to pass. All that you have done is being reviewed. And you will see it either directly or indirectly through the reflection of your environment. So if you don't like your environment, admit it to yourself and make a decision to change your viewpoint. Because when you decide to change that viewpoint, guess what happens? You change your mindset because you're worth it. God's praying for you. You know I am. I see your worth. And for that, it helps me discern mine. Place him first, family. Because right now, we got a lot of people that don't know where they're going. You got a lot of people acting in impulse, and God sees it all. But the ones that place him first, yes, they are chastised, but they are also protected. Claim your life back. Place him first. Peace.